Hey guys, so when Bryan Kohberger was arrested in Pennsylvania, there was a shovel that was actually found in his white Hyundai Elantra. That shovel was tested, the dirt on it was tested because it was dirty, and the soil on the shovel actually matched that of soil in Moscow, Idaho. So this right here is the supplemental narrative number 257 that states, on Friday, March 1st, 2024, I received an email from the FBI geologist containing the report that was completed referencing the soil found on the shovel recovered from Bryan Kohberger's white Hyundai Elantra. The soil on the shovel is consistent with soil found in the Moscow area based off of an analysis. The report also stated the soil was unlikely from anywhere east of Moscow. This finding also excluded Pennsylvania as a likely source for the soil. The report stated the soil from the shovel displayed characteristics of soil carried to the area via a water source, though this could have been recent or any point in the area's geologic history. So essentially this report means that if this shovel was used to bury the K-bar that Kohberger used to commit the 1122 King Road homicides, then he did this in Moscow and he did not bury it in Pennsylvania after he returned home for break. At least not using this specific shovel. There was also pollen content that was examined from this specific shovel, and this information was retrieved on April 18th, 2024 in Law Supplemental Narrative 274. It states that the soil from the shovel contained high amounts of pine pollen and single pollen grains from plants that are not naturally distributed in the Moscow, Idaho area, such as basswood and red maple. They were found in the soil recovered from the shovel. However, both are commonly planted ornamental species. Now, ornamental plants and trees are basically plants that are not native to the area but planted mostly for aesthetic garden purposes, for decoration, things like that. So wherever Bryan Kohberger used this specific shovel in Moscow, it would have been in an area where there was trees planted by someone for aesthetic purposes. It wouldn't have just been in the middle of the woods. According to the internet, ornamental trees are not typically found in wooded areas. So I don't know, to me it seems like the shovel is irrelevant here. It seems like Kohberger was possibly trying to throw authorities off. Remember when authorities initially looked through Kohberger's car, they said that it was extremely clean, like he had cleaned it very thoroughly before they had gotten there and actually searched it. So the fact that there's just a random dirty shovel in the car, it doesn't make sense to me. As a criminology student, Kohberger would know that water would typically degrade DNA over time, so part of me feels like he didn't bury the weapon. I feel like he genuinely just threw it somewhere in a body of water, so that way in the event that it ever was found after being put in a body of water, the DNA wouldn't be something that could be easily tested, whereas if the weapon was underground and preserved in the dirt, it could be. So what do you guys think? Do you think that this specific shovel was used to bury the K-bar, or do you think that it was left in his car as a strategy to throw law enforcement off? Let me know your thoughts in the comments.